This is the story of Edward Snowden, the most famous whistleblower of the 21st century, and how he exposed the mass surveillance programs of the United States government. In 2013, he stole more than 1 million top-secret documents from America and exposed them to the world. And from that time, he's been the most wanted criminal in America for the past 11 years. But despite causing such a huge loss to the American government, why is he seen as a hero around the world today? How did he steal documents from the world's top-secret agencies? Why did he leak them? And after all this, how has he managed to escape America's grasp? The dawn of June 6, 2013 brought a huge crisis upon the American government. What happened is that a series of news articles were published in The Guardian and The Washington Post containing a detailed account of top-secret documents from NSA, the National Security Agency. These documents not only shocked Americans, but also astonished mobile users around the world when they found out that the American government was secretly spying on every mobile user. These documents exposed the NSA's secret program, PRISM, a secret program that gives the U.S. government backdoor access to the private data of any user through companies like Google, Apple, and Facebook. Moreover, they have a secret court order through which they can access data of millions of Verizon customers as well. Verizon is a mobile operator in America. Later on, the leaked documents also contained an 18-page memo written on behalf of President Obama, in which Obama was asking intelligence officials for a list of foreign targets to carry out cyber attacks. And this was just the beginning of the leaked documents. The National Security Agency hacked into the computers of the Chinese military in Hong Kong, tapped the phone of Angela Merkel, who was the Chancellor of Germany at the time. The British government's communication headquarters, GCHQ, was running a program to monitor its citizens, and leaked documents revealed a conversation between NSA and GCHQ, in which both the agencies were finding ways to deceive people, spread propaganda, and influence people through social media. Initially, no one knew who leaked these documents or whether these were even real or not, because news agencies aren't bound to reveal the source of their news. But just 3 days later, a man comes forward who takes responsibility for leaking these top-secret documents. 29 years old Edward Snowden, a high school dropout, started his career with the U.S. military but got discharged after a year and started working as a security guard at the University of Maryland in 2005. Edward Snowden was certainly not good at studies, but his computer skills were so strong that the CIA hired him. After spending a few years with the CIA, he was hired by the American tech giant Dell in 2009. Dell at that time also had a contract to upgrade the computer systems of the National Security Agency. So they put Edward on the same project as well. Where initially his role was that of a supervisor, he later became a cyber strategist. Up until this point, Edward Snowden was considered a gem by the CIA and NSA. So what happened later that he was called a traitor by these very agencies? Actually, there was an incident behind Edward's transformation from a cyber strategist to a traitor. While operating and upgrading NSA's computers, Edward found out that the National Security Agency has the power to access the personal data of any mobile user. He also saw some records which he initially thought might be of international criminals, but in reality those were not criminals, but ordinary American citizens disliked by the American government. During the same time, a debate on intelligence was going on in the American Congress. Ron Wyden, an American politician in the entire Congress, asked a question to the director of the National Security Agency, James Clapper, that whether your agency collects data of Americans or not. This session of Congress was also broadcasted on national television. James Clapper, in front of millions of people, said, "No, our work is only limited to foreign intelligence." Edward Snowden at that time was stunned to see his director blatantly lying on television. He was so furious that after 3 days, he left his job at Dell, where he was earning $200,000 annually. In 2013, he left Dell and joined Booz Allen Hamilton, which used to work for the U.S. military, CIA, and NSA. Here as well, he was put on an NSA project. The National Security Agency says that Edward stole so many files from our system that even estimating their number is becoming difficult because their number could exceed 2 million. But what did Edward do that he was able to copy files of a top-secret agency without anyone even getting a hint? The surprising thing is that for this work, he didn't use any complex hacking tools. Rather, all of this work was done using a small USB drive. But how? Because in normal offices, especially USB drives are banned due to the fear of data theft. Secondly, in the system of any company where confidential data is stored, not every employee has the authority to access data. Then it was the National Security Agency's computers, whose security was impenetrable. Edward Snowden, before carrying out this task, planned his escape and took advantage of his location. Because he was hired by Booz Allen Hamilton for the NSA's project, That's why he was placed in Hawaii, 5,000 miles away from NSA's Maryland headquarters. Hawaii is 6 hours behind Maryland, which means that when Edward worked in his Hawaii office, everyone would have left NSA's headquarters by that time. The second advantage was that he had access to NSA headquarters servers through a thin client system, which was actually outdated. The third advantage was that Edward himself was a system administrator there, meaning he had a high security clearance profile, which gave him more rights, meaning he could copy data from any system without coming under scrutiny. Edward Snowden took advantage of this very thing, and without any notice, copied more than 2 million files from 5,000 miles away. After working for only 4 weeks at the Hawaii office, Edward decided to expose NSA's actions to the world. He copied all the documents to a USB drive, somehow smuggled the drive past security, and went on leave under the pretext of illness. He turned off his phone and flew directly from Hawaii to Hong Kong. But when he didn't return for the next few days and his phone wasn't reachable either, the NSA got suspicious and started searching for him. Upon reaching Hong Kong, he met some trustworthy journalists, gave them the documents, and then those same documents made headlines around the world the next day. The documents leaked by Edward Snowden sparked a new debate around the world about NSA's secret powers. He was charged with theft of government property, unauthorized access to national security systems, and for leaking top secret information to unauthorized people. The American government also requested Hong Kong to extradite Edward to them, but he had already planned every step beforehand. He fled from there as well and went to Russia, where he initially received asylum, and then in September 2022, Putin granted him Russian citizenship. Since then, Edward Snowden has given several interviews in which he has revealed how our phones spy on us. He mentioned the name of a tool called Noisy Smurfs, which gives security agencies access to our phone's microphone, through which they can listen to sounds around us without any hindrance. Some people consider Edward Snowden a traitor, while some believe that he's a hero who unmasked the true face of NSA in front of the world. What do you think about this? Do let us know in the comments section. Hope you all will like and share this video as well.